everyone, and welcome back to the HCW YouTube channel. My name is Rate Wrestle, and today we've got another UK Indie preview, and we're going to be previewing the Kamikaze Pro live show that's coming out this weekend. Don't know when I'm releasing this, it might be on Wednesday, but we're filming as of Monday on the 10th of April. And I'm joined by Edgar Adams. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good. As I said prior to this, I'm still recovering from drinking terribly all weekend. I went out with some people from work, and it's the first time we've been out, and we ended up getting home at like 4 in the morning. It was a terrible idea. But that's my gimmick now, I just drink. But yeah, so we're here to discuss the Kamikaze Pro Live Show 33 at the Triple X Social Club, which I didn't believe was an actual thing, name-wise, until I had looked it up a bit. So it's this Sunday, April 16th. Tickets are still on sale, which I'll have the links in the description. But yeah, so what we normally do is, because you're a guest on the show, we'll be having your match on last. Even though we get you, yeah, obviously there is a main event, but we'll be discussing yours one last. And I've just gone in a random order of the matches, so I'll see what at first, and we'll go from there. All good?
Yep.
No worries. So
That's
we'll
fine.
kick off with a match that I'm actually quite interested in. Is Will Stevens and the debut in Hastor versus technically a debuting team of Brandon Jordan and Kieran McQueen. So
Yep.
this all came about last show due to Kieran and Brandon having a match, and Kieran coming in out on top, which was a surprise to myself, I'll be honest. And out of nowhere, Will Stevens comes out, clobbers them both, and it ends up being a double team on Will Stevens because they actually got the upper hand, and then this weird thing came out under the ring and just took out both guys.
Yeah, like I was in the audience for it, so I was like just sitting there, and then I was like, I just saw Kieran like look down at the ring, and I was like, what is going on here? And then you just saw Hassler come out and just went ham, let's say.
Yeah.
He just took Brandon and Kieran out like nothing.
No, definitely, and
But
like he was using a mandible claw kind of thing going on as well, which is a bit of a grim move to be using anyway. It
yeah,
seems that Will has only got the only person who has the control over this guy.
yeah,
But this is their first time going to be tagging together, so I don't know what they're going to be like as a tag team. First time Brandon and Kieran tagging together. So Kieran recently defeated Will Stevens in a tag team match. I think it was on Kamikaze 30. So he's got like the kind of upper hand with him at that point. And he's Kieran's like win-loss record. Like I've been going through a lot of the win-loss records, add a bit of stats onto things. So this year is 3-3. No, not 3-3 this year. I've not done that correctly. Forget that. And then we'll go from there. So honestly, I can see Brandon and Kieran worked out really well as a tag team when they were double teaming Will. But because Astor's a bit of a oddity, I can't see them picking up the win against Will and Astor.
I mean, like to go on anything, Kieran and Brandon are like two of the best in Kamikaze.
Yeah.
Like if you saw them, the match they had on the 32 was a very good match. Like,
Yeah.
and then for Will to come out and just attack him at the end, it's just like, and yeah, with Kieran picking up the tag team win with Hass in one of the last shows, Kieran's got the experience of a tag team, but yeah, like with Hasta, you don't know what he's gonna have under. No one knows what he does.
Yeah.
So he can literally bring out anything, and it would be a surprise to everyone.
Yeah, and it's also what is he going to be like in Arc? Because obviously that an attack was just he could do what he wanted after the match. What's he going to be like actually in a match? Is he just going to lose by DQ straight away because he's not going to follow the rules? Who knows?
Yeah, Will's gonna have to control him as much as he can. Otherwise, he's just gonna be this, like you said, a DQ straight away because he's out of control. If anything, like I don't know who's gonna stop him at the moment.
Yeah. So yeah, stat wise, I got it correct now. So yeah, Will's 3-3 in Kamikaze since he's been there. This is including like roulette rumbles and so forth. Brandon's 1-1 this year, but he's like 4-10 overall record wise, and then Kieran is 1-1 this year as well. So everyone in this match is kind of like on an even keel. Like no one's like on a roll. But it'll be a good tag match.
Yeah, it's going to be a very solid tag match. Like with Brandon and Kieran teaming for the first time, they're going to want to do stuff that people haven't seen before from each of them. But yeah, it's just like with Hasta being there, you just don't know what he can bring to the table.
Yeah,
you just don't know if he's could be one of the best wrestlers you've ever seen in our life.
Yeah,
but you just don't know yet.
Yeah, it's the unpredictability. But I like a good debut. I'll always go for the debut. So I think Willow Stevens Astor will pick up the win on that. Next up, we've got Alex Connors versus Nate Riley. So Nate Riley's just coming off a loss fighting George. He hasn't picked up a win in Kamikaze, so Alex has got a kind of bit of a gripe on that already, as he was speaking on the reviews, that like Alex has been around for a while, not had the title opportunity. Nate Riley kind of just about wins a Rumble and he ends up not winning a match, but ends up in the title picture. So Alex is out for kind of a bit of vengeance.
Yeah, like Nate Riley's like very good, as you say, but he put a very good match on.
Very good fight,
against George. But yeah, maybe it's a bit too early at the moment for Nate Riley. But he proved in ever had that he deserves to be here. But Alex Connors, when I took him on, he would just the better one at the time. He just had the experience to get over. I feel like it's not going to be a Nate Riley night again.
No, I can see Alex as I'm slightly biased to Alex because he's on the show a lot. But he is the veteran of the match. He beat Jarcy out last matchup. He had probably one of his matches of his career against Cage Up the time previous. So he's on a bit of a roll. He's 1-1 this year, but obviously the loss was to Cage Up, which is fair enough. And he's 3-3 overall at Kamikaze. And as I said, Nate's 0-3 just in general. So it's not a make or break because it's so early in his career, but this is kind of like to go either 3-1 losing a wise or to be 4-0 complete. He has to kind of push through on this match against Alex.
Yeah, like I've been training with Nate since he pretty much started, and he just keeps getting better and better. So, and he's putting so much more effort to wanting to win this one, and maybe even more effort than he put in for the George Ryder match. But you can just see every time I step into training with him now, the confidence is just there even more than what it was last week or the training session before. He just keeps getting better and better as the days goes on.
Yeah, every match he's had is a vast improvement of what I've seen, and he needs to be on his A game against someone like Alex, who I think Alex is on a bit of a mean streak at the moment. He wants that title opportunity, and I feel like if he beats Nate, he's going to be pushed up the card a bit more, which that's where he wants to be at. So I can't, even though, like I said, Nate is improving, I can't see past Alex winning this match. I don't know if you think differently or think it is going to be an Alex win as well.
I mean, considering I'm very good friends with Nate, and I think I've got to back Nate just on it. It's going to be a heck of a match.
Yeah.
But I'm just hoping Nate Riley gets the win this time.
And I can't go against Alex because he'll fight me. So we'll stick with that. Next up, we've got Luke Douglas versus the recently debuting JC. So Luke's coming off a surprising loss in the last show against Maximus. I think Maximus kind of threw Luke off his game because he wound Luke up at the start of the match, and then Luke kind of got really complacent at the end and ended up losing by a schoolboy. So I can't see in this match with Jarcy who lost to Alex. I think Luke's going to be out for blood in this match. As I tweeted out, I predict murder. So he's just going to be an angry man, Luke.
Yeah, Luke put. You see, with me and Nate Riley, he put the effort in. He just thought, okay, this is going to be another guy just going to take it easy. But then he got caught with it. And after every time I've seen him, he's just been angry. He just wants to get back. Just wants to go back and show me that's not Luke Douglas. People know it's not Luke Douglas. He just got caught out. But yeah, he's going to be he's not gonna take it lightly on JC
100%.
at all.
Like you just said, Luke's one of the most experienced people on the roster. Looking up to him, he's had 34 wins overall in Kamikaze, 29 losses. He's 1-2 this year though, so he's going to want to pick up on that. JC had a very good outing though with her debut. He kind of pushed Alex to his limit. He mind gamed Alex, which I was really surprised about. Like the amount of he made Alex run around the ring basically by himself at one point. So I can see this being a very hard hitting match, and Jay's got to use a bit of his agility against Luke to kind of try and pick up the winner.
Yeah, I don't think Luke is going to fall for the trickery and everything. But yeah, like JC performed so well against Alex Connors. He was like very, very close for getting a win, but sometimes it just don't happen. But I cannot say anything wrong about JC. You know, he's going to go in there again and prove he deserves to be here. But yeah, I can't see going past Luke especially after the loss of Luke.
I think this is a wrong time to fight Luke. You know, after that loss, I feel like he's just going to be like absolutely dominant. Because he's just going to be a bit of aggression.
He's just going to hit harder, if anything.
Yeah, so it's unlucky for JC. Like I said, I think the maximum match, it was kind of, as I said, it was a fluke loss to him. It was a cool school roll. He lost his head. I think if JC comes in the same way he did get Alex trying to wind up Luke, it's probably going to end up worse. So he just needs to... The only way I can see JC win if he picks up a quick flash win. Which it can happen. So yeah, definitely Luke, I'm going for that match. But JC, I feel like he's going to show what he's made of.
Yeah.
Next up,
I totally agree.
Yeah, definitely. So next up, we've got one that I'm actually quite looking forward to. We've got a returning man like Reese, who hasn't been in the last couple of shows, against Hassan Ali, who's been kind of like a mainstay of the Kamikaze Pro live shows in recent times. Hassan is coming off a win off Ryan, so he's on a bit of a roll. This year is 1-2, but I can see him picking up a bit more steam going forward. Overall in Kamikaze, he's like 10-18, but like early on in his career, a lot of the losses came from that. And then you've got the reigning Kamikaze Pro champion, a man like Reese. So this is going to be a very good matchup.
Yeah, like Haas has just been improving as everyone would.
Yeah,
the amount of time he's been doing it. But yeah, like he's in probably some of the best shape I've ever seen Haas in. I've only known Haas for about a year now, so it's like, you know, but he just keeps getting better and better. And he wants to prove that he can hang with people like Reese, hang with people like George, hang with people like Chantal. But so he's just going to be out there showing to everyone in Kamikaze that he needs to be at the top. He wants to get the title. Everyone wants the title. But he's going to prove that he deserves it a bit more than everyone else.
Yeah. This is like a first time ever singles match as well between the two, so they've never faced off. But this is probably one of the biggest matches Hassan's going to have. Man like Reese is everywhere. Like he just come back from GCW in the States. So like you wouldn't say it's his prime because he's quite early in his career, but I don't want to mention prime. I've just realised what I did. But yeah, so it's going to be a grueling match. I can't look past man like Reese because I think he's just too experienced and he's just everywhere. So he's wrestling every week, every day. So I can see man like Reese picking up the win, but I think it's going to be a very, very strong fought contest from Hassan.
Yeah, I mean, Hassan's not going to go in there lightly.
No.
He's not going to go in there going, "Oh, I'm going to lose this match. I'm not going to beat people like Reese." He's going to go in there and want to show to everyone that he might not be on. He might want to win the Kamikaze Live title. He wants to win the Kamikaze Pro title, take it off Reese, if anything.
Yeah.
And if he wins the match, you can't see pointing past him going for the title.
Well, there's no argument. Is if you beat the champ, you deserve a title champ. But I think it's a bit too early for Hassan. I just said he's been wrestling a lot, but the Reese is kind of a bit of a like workhorse. As I said, he's everywhere. Just turning up, winning matches everywhere he's going. So I feel like this is going to be one bit too far for Hassan.
Yeah, I'm not going to agree with you. I'm going to go with Hassan because
Yeah, Hassan.
even though Reese has the experience and, like you say, wrestled every week, but is that every week going to catch up with him? Has has a bit of time to recover after every match. Reese doesn't.
Yeah,
So
he's getting worn
Hassan's going
out.
to be
Yeah,
a lot fresh. Hassan's going to be a lot fresher. He's a lot bigger than Reese is,
yeah,
and
he's a big guy, Hassan.
anything can happen nowadays.
Yeah. It's as said. I don't think it's going to be like a. Oh, as I'm saying, I think Mandalorian is going to win, but I don't think it's going to be like a dominant win. I think it's going to be a hard fought, like grueling matchup. But yeah, I just have to go with the champ. But it'll be a very, very good match from both guys. And then prior to discussing your match, we've got. I'm assuming this will be the main event. Probably, I already said on Twitter, it's probably the biggest match in Kamikaze Pro Live. So you've got the reigning defending champ George Lloyd, who's had the title for 296 days as of recording. He beat Nate at the last show, and he's facing the two-time Kamikaze Pro Live champ Chantal Jordan, who is also the Relentless champion as well. So she had the title, the Kamikaze Pro Live title. She's had it when she was reigning for it. She had it over 1,084 days, so she was pretty much like Roman Reigns. So this is going to be an incredible matchup, though. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, if anything like their first, the last one they had, it was amazing. Like, best match they probably had in the whole year of Kamikaze. But again, with George, even though I keep saying it, George keeps improving. If you look at the people he's coming against in other shows, and even on Kamikaze, he's beat Reese, he's beat MJ Grayson, he's had matches with Chris Ridgway and fought like a champion against Chris Ridgway. He had a match against Robbie X.
Yeah.
The man is just on fire. He's probably the most informed wrestler in date today. But obviously you can't disagree with Chantal. That 1,000-day reign,
Yeah. It's over 2 times. She's had the Kamikaze Relentless title for decades, it seems like, as well. She's just like a belt collector. But George, she's never beat George. That match is the only match I could find that they've had. So George has the one-upmanship. As I said, he is on the roll. Like, he's 2-0 this year. Overall, he's like 10-9 in Kamikaze, but to be fair, that stat's kind of a bit skewed because he lost his first 5 matches at Kamikaze. So after that, he's like 10-4 since. So that's incredible. He's on a roll. Chantal, obviously, except for Luke, is the most experienced Kamikaze wrestler. She's won 38 matches and lost 17. So it's incredible stats, and it's just going to be a really good match. Like, I can't... Normally, I would go with the champion, but Chantal is Chantal. So it's kind of like, I can't... But I can't go for a draw either, so I don't know what to go with.
I mean, obviously, you can't not back Chantal. She's like... won everything in Kamikaze, if anything. She knows how to win. But, does George have something that she doesn't have? Something that he doesn't expect again?
Yeah.
Because obviously everyone went in thinking Chantal was going to get the victory over George. But he shot the whole... He's going to get the victory again. I don't see any other person that can, George is wants the title. He wants to try and beat that 1,000 days.
Yeah.
So,
and to go against Chantal...
He's going to try and keep it as long as he can.
Yeah, to go against Chantal, it's very hard to beat Chantal once, let alone now beating her for a second time, and I don't think Chantal wants to go 2-0 down to George. I'm going to go with a Chantal win. I'm going to back... I feel like she's going to pick up the win here and then hold the title for another 10 years. I feel like it's going to be a very, very good matchup, though, but I can't look past Chantal. I think she's going to level the series against George and pick up the title.
I'm going George. I've got to.
Yeah.
You got to back the champ most of the time.
Yeah, if any other person, I would back George, but it's just... A record speaks for itself. But then again, George has said he's on a roll of his lifetime. He's stupidly young though, so say that rolling the lifetime, and he's only like 18 or whatever. So he can only get better as well. But he has match of the year candidate for Kamikaze Pro Live straight up all onto it. So it's definitely one to check out. So, since the recording of the Edgar Adams preview of Kamikaze Pro Live 33, Kamikaze have announced 2 matches, so I thought, even though we've recorded with Edgar, I'll quickly go over these 2 matches, because one is a big match, and the other one is a very surprising match. Surprising, I don't even know what it is yet. So we're going to kick off with Lucia Lee versus Kay Jutler, which is going to be a banger of a match. Lucia Lee has been on kind of a middle-ish road with Kamikaze at the moment, with a win-loss record, but her matches have been absolute bangers. She recently beat Samuel Hughes to kind of get back onto a winning momentum, and she's going to be facing a tough opponent in Kay Jutler. Kay, for years in Kamikaze, was a kind of beat this guy kind of matchup. He'd fight all the bigger guys that would come in, like Shigeri E, Jonah Rock, etc. like that. So his win-loss record in Kamikaze, because we were doing this during the Edgar Adams video, is 18 wins, 25 losses. He's 1-1 this year in Kamikaze. Lucia Lee has had an overall record of 6 wins, 11 losses, and she's 1-2 this year. But as I said, she just won the last matchup, so the momentum's a bit back. Honestly, I would go with Lucia in this matchup. I feel she has more kind of I need this rather than Kay. Lucia is basically here every show, whereas Kay is here every other show. And I feel like Lucia Lee is here to kind of prove that she deserves to kind of get in the title picture. And I feel like if she wins against Kay Jutler, she will get whoever wins between Chantal and George Lloyd, which either way, that will be a banging match. So I'm very much looking forward to this match in the whole. Chantal versus George, this Lucia versus Kay are 2 massive matchups. This card is absolutely stacked. Anyone that's watching this now, tickets are still on sale as usual. Just go out and grab them as quick as possible. And then the other match. So normally they have a roulette rumble to end the show. But they've changed it up. They've called it a mystery battle royale, which then, keeping the cards close to the chest, you won't find out what this will be until the actual show. As I said, the match isn't a mystery themselves, it's a battle royale, but the concept and the rules of the match will reveal to everyone, including the wrestlers, right before the match itself starts, which is insanity. So I'm really looking forward to that. We're going to go back to the review and get back to Edgar Adams getting back to Edgar Adams previewing his match. So goodbye from me, and back to me and Edgar. Versus George, this Lucia versus Kay are 2 massive matchups. This card is absolutely stacked. Anyone that's watching this now, tickets are still on sale as usual. Just go out and grab them as quick as possible. And then the other match. So normally they have a roulette rumble to end the show, but they've changed it up. They've called it a mystery battle royale, which then, keeping the cards close to the chest, you won't find out what this will be until the actual show. As I said, the match isn't a mystery themselves, it's a battle royale, but the concept and the rules of the match will reveal to everyone, including the wrestlers, right before the match itself starts, which is insanity. So I'm really looking forward to that. We're going to go back to the review and get back to Edgar Adams getting back to Edgar Adams previewing his match. So goodbye from me, and back to me and Edgar. For people get the tickets. And then we're going to go with a match that was announced for yourself. So you're returning from injury. You haven't fought this year, have you? I don't know if you've fought anywhere else this year, but you haven't fought with Kamikaze this year. Yeah, so this is your comeback match. So it's yourself versus MJ Grayson. MJ's been on... He's had good matches, but he's been on a losing streak recently, so I feel like this is a bad time to fight MJ Grayson at the same time. But you could also say it's the opposite effect, that this is probably a good time to, if other people are beating him, you've got a chance to kind of get in on the show. MJ's 0-3 this year. He's got 9 wins and 18 losses overall in his career at Kamikaze. And then this will be your 3rd matchup, won't it? Kamikaze. Since your debut. Lost your original 2 matches, one against Luke, and I've lost what the other one was. Who was your who did you improve? Alex. So yeah, 2 strong opponents there. And then going straight against MJF was not like a joke to go straight. MJF, good grief. MJ Grayson, going straight up to that. So it's up to you. You tell me how it's going to go.
I mean, MJ Grayson is like, people saying, oh, he's in a bit of not a good run of form. But look at the last few people he's took on. He's took on Chantal and George.
Yeah.
It's hard for everyone to even try and pick up a victory over them too.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm just going. I just want to do stuff again. I'm feeling very, very good. I'm feeling like almost 100%. So it's going to be great. But obviously, I cannot not respect MJ Grayson here. Like, he's a very good wrestler. He's gonna know about the injury. He's gonna try and attack it, try and weaken me down. But
MJ's a bit of a scumbag.
He's a man
so he'll definitely go for that.
He's a man that just wants sometimes takes it easy. Sometimes we'll go, okay, you'll find the weakness. But once you're given that weakness there, it could be over. But, I've got the speed back still.
Yeah.
I can still run as quick as I can, still run as quick as I used to. But I'm hoping for the victory for myself, obviously. I think I'm going to get the victory. So,
yeah,
I'm going to bring my best. That's all I do. And obviously, MJ's got to bring his best. Otherwise, he's not going to be close to me if he doesn't bring his best.
That's good to the confidence, because it'd be worse if you came on the show. Yeah, I'm going to lose. That'll be that's a terrible moment. But yeah, I said like MJ has been fighting tough. He fought Chantal previously, as you said. He lost to George previously, but also the other match he lost this year, thinking about it, was a triple threat with man like the Race himself as well. So George, I believe it was this year. But either way, he's having some tough outings. I think you could pick up the win. I'm not like it. We don't normally, because you're the guest on the show. I feel like this is the best time to fight MJ. He's on a bit of like a losing streak. He might be a bit sour about it. And I feel like you're a kind of kryptonite, a speedier guy against someone like MJ who likes to kind of stop the match, slow people down, ground and pound. If you can work up a momentum against him, I think you could pick up the win.
Yeah, I've got to know I can't get caught in a lot. Because if he starts slowing it down, that's where he comes into his type of match he wants. I've got to keep the pace going. I've got to show to everyone, even though I might be out, I'm still one to fear, if anything. One to, people don't understand how much work is gone put back in. People like to think I've been sitting there around for like 3 months, but I haven't. I've been working harder than ever, really, just to try and get back to this show.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not gonna take it easy on MJ, and he better not take it easy on me, just because of the injury, just because of everything. I need the best to be the best.
Yeah. MJ, I can't, he's never going to try and take it easy on anyone because of an injury. He's going to probably, the opposite of MJ, he will take it worse on someone with an injury. But I think, honestly, if you can protect that, and you're definitely a lot quicker than MJ, so I can see you giving him a tough challenge. But yeah, I'm going to go with yourself for the win. Not because you're on the show, because, I didn't say Nate was going to win his match, so there we go. But yeah, so that's all the matches announced. From what I've been told, there is a couple of matches still to come. Maximus hasn't had a match announced yet. You would assume Sammy Hughes has got a match. It's probably them two together, who knows. But yeah, so this is probably going to be out on Wednesday. So tickets are still on sale. Triple X Social Club in Kings Norton.
Norton, yeah.
Doors are at 3 o'clock. Show starts at 4. The VIP front row, I think, is still available for £10. General admission is 8. And there's a few deals for under 12s. You get them for £6. Family of 420, group of 425. All the stuff will be on the screen. So your Insta handle's been down below under your name for the whole show. But is there anything else you'd like to kind of shell out for everyone, where to follow you and so forth?
Follow me on Twitter as well if you want. It's just the same as my Instagram handle.
That's always helpful.
Yeah.
So, you have people that have 7 different handles, and it's like, I don't know where to find them. I've got to find them myself. Your links will be in the description as usual. But yep, so that's the end of the show. Obviously, thank you for coming on to give your opinion on the matches. I'll be looking forward to coming down on Sunday. But yep, so as usual, everyone, like and subscribe, follow the channel. We've got we've got a Facebook now. We've got an old school with that. Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Comment down below who would you like to see on next for the review, the previews. Alex is always going to be on the reviews now because he's contracted in now, and he makes the show better according to himself. But yep, so thanks for coming on, and that's a goodbye from myself.
Goodbye.
Yes.